Tonight, we have a winner. After 2 days and roughly 300 miles, a champion of the Bear Grease has been crowned. We'll take you through the race from the winner's eyes.
Plus, missed deadlines and few answers. That's the message from the Nashwauk mayor on a major mining project in town.
And later, how Superior is looking to bring statewide help to address a lack of mental health options for people who need help.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. The small town of Nashwauk is dealing with a big problem surrounding an impressive body of ore. Kristen has more.
Tony, it's commonly known as the SR Steel site, and it's seen years of financial trouble, a number of different owners, and it's still not operational. Mesabi Metallics, the current owner, recently missed 2 deadlines with the state of Minnesota. In this week's Ion Mining, we're in Nashwauk, where officials say the failure of the site is impacting the city where it sits, arguably more than anything else.
All we want in our community is for a good company, an operating company, to come in, start the operation, and start mining.
Mayor Calvin Sari has been running the city since November of 2018.
The residents of this community, they're very interested because this city, I think its future renewal and its growth is dependent upon the operation of that mine.
Sari, a lifelong Iron Ranger and resident of Nashwauk for the past 30 years, thought he would learn more about the Mesabi Metallics project once he was elected.
Unfortunately, as mayor, I know absolutely nothing.
And he says he's not alone.
The lack of information that we've had as a council, they're very frustrated and quickly losing hope.
Losing hope and money.
Mesabi Metallics has not even paid their last half taxes for 2019.
The mayor estimates that adds up to about 21% of the city's total levy.
That is a significant hit on the city, and that's something down the road in the ensuing months we're going to have to address in our operating budget. Our city is providing public utilities to that project, to that company. We're very grateful for the fact they are at least paying their utility bill.
The company also owes the state of Minnesota. According to a DNR spokesperson, Mesabi owed approximately $11.6 million in minimum royalty payments to the DNR by January 20th. That deadline has come and gone, and the agency has not received its payment. Despite the obstacles, Mayor Sari remains optimistic for the future of Nashwauk.
I'm very grateful that we have legislators that are so supportive of us. We have support from the governor's office, and we're just very hopeful that somehow we can put this package together here in the very near future to begin this operation.
We did try to contact Mesabi Metallics, but were not able to reach anyone at the company. Meanwhile, Jess Richards, Assistant Commissioner of the Minnesota DNR, sent a statement to CBS3 saying, quote, according to the DNR's mineral leases, Mesabi Metallics was required to complete construction of a pellet plant by the end of 2019. Mesabi missed this deadline, and DNR now has up to 1 year to decide whether to terminate Mesabi's leases based on that default. At this point, we are not going to speculate on the timing of any lease decisions. Richards added that the DNR remains committed to finding a viable path for completion of that project and is willing to talk with any credible entity that can move the project forward.
New at 10, a logging company filed civil suit today against a man already facing criminal charges in connection to a protest last year. This is video of protesters at a logging site near Cloquet, which Stop Line 3 live streamed on Facebook last year. The video suggests protesters thought Chef Logging and Trucking was clearing a path for the Enbridge Line 3 pipeline. Company spokespeople told us last year they were actually doing a job for the county. Today, the company filed a civil suit in St. Louis County Court against one of the men involved. Tonight, we're hearing from those representing the logging company in the case.
And these are small family operations that are being targeted here, small construction firms and those working for them. Their livelihoods are all at stake.
The company claims the protesters caused more than $100,000 in damage and harassed their employees.
All right, Dave's here with a quick look at the weather. Dave, a little bit of snow falling tonight, maybe?
Yeah, it's peppering. Actually, maybe I should say it's salting around here.
Salting, there you go.
White flake action coming down. It's not adding up to much, but It's par for the January course, and it's coming from a low-pressure system that's moving so slowly its frontal boundaries is just about stationary. Not quite, but it's moving very slowly. So we're still looking for a few more days of a cloudy sky and on and off flurry chances, especially tonight, though they may take a break here for most of the day on Wednesday. So here is the Wednesday day planner. Those flurries may linger into the morning hours, but then it remains cloudy the rest of the day. We start at 11 above tomorrow morning and finish at 25. A little bit warmer than normal, so the warm spell is still technically going, though it's not like the 30s like last weekend. But this weekend coming up could be into the 30s once again, perhaps for the last time for a while, because once that goes, so will the warm spell. A cold snap will be coming. We'll change flavors of weather, and I'll tell you about the menu coming up in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. After 2 days and nearly 295 miles, a new Bear Grease champion has been crowned. Ryan Reddington and his 7 dogs crossed the finish line today in Grand Portage around 4:30 as crowds cheered them on.
Yeah, Reddington is no stranger to winning, as he has competed in several events over the years and taking home that crown in 2018. CBS 3's John Cardinelli joins us live from the finish line in Grand Portage tonight. John, you caught up with the champion today. What did he have to say?
Mushers are still coming in tonight as the race is winding down, but around 4:30 p.m. today, Ryan Reddington crossed the finish line for first place. He's the 2018 Bear Grease champion, and I caught up with him after the race. Here's what he had to say. Ryan Reddington is the 2020 Bear Grease dog sledding champion.
It feels really awesome. This has been a really terrific race, and I'm so glad we participated.
Coming from a family with a rich history in dog sledding, his grandfather started the famous Iditarod race. Last year, he competed in Bear Grease and took 6th place.
John Bear Grease Sled Dog Marathon Champion, Ryan Reddington.
This year, he took a different approach to achieve a different outcome.
We did a little bit with different dogs, but we trained the same, though, with Miles.
Last year's race was frigid, happening during a polar vortex. This year had many mushers worried for their dogs as temperatures were 60 degrees warmer.
When I saw the forecast, I was really happy with that.
For Reddington, heat was not a problem and is what he believes gave him an advantage.
We train a lot in warm weather. My dogs do tours in Skagway, Alaska, to people that come off the cruise ships, and they run 5 to 6 days a week and during the summertime, and I think that really helps out well.
But beyond training for the warmer weather, Reddington credits his win to the relationship between man and his best friend.
They love me very much, and just like I love them, and it's a really good combination.
Keith Ali took 2nd place in the race tonight. He's Reddington's good friend, and he actually used dogs from Reddington's kennel in this race, so maybe there was payoff for having those dogs train in the heat.
Maybe a friend forged in mushing. That sounds like fun. Thanks, John. Live in Grand Portage for us tonight.
Republicans who control the Minnesota Senate plan to renew a push for a photo ID requirement for voters. In 2012, voters rejected a proposed constitutional amendment to require a photo ID to vote. But Senate Majority Leader Paul Gazelka said on Twitter that he did not think it was, quote, clear in people's minds what actually they were trying to do nearly 8 years ago. Gazelka also says people want to know that the elections are secure. Republicans are calling for a photo ID as a change in state law this time instead of a constitutional amendment. The matter could be debated during the upcoming legislative session, which kicks off in about 2 weeks.
Cities throughout Minnesota are imposing more local sales taxes than ever before. Last year, lawmakers allowed 18 cities to add or extend a sales tax. This comes after 13 cities did it in 2017. And those numbers show a dramatic jump from previous years when Minnesota signed off on less than 2 local sales taxes per year on average. Local officials rely heavily on these local sales taxes to pay for millions of dollars in new projects and expenses without raising property taxes. And that's similar to what Duluth did with their sales tax increase to fund road repairs. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz has said he hopes to provide more aid to cities in the future to prevent them from having to increase taxes.
Well, speaking of taxes, it's something we do every year, but for many, it can be a daunting task.
Yeah, every January, it seems like we get to start making plans to file taxes. CBS 3's Natalie Grant shows us how one local group is helping people in need file correctly.
Taxes can be tough for anyone, but especially if you can't afford to hire help. That's where Community Action in West Duluth comes in.
Our goal is to complete as many returns as we can.
From January to April, the group offers free tax help. Last year, they served more than 1,000 people. Volunteers offer their expertise to make sure everyone files an accurate return.
There are so many credits and refunds that people are entitled to and don't know about. And that's what's so important about the work we do.
Local CPA Paul Pakaskany knows how complicated it can be. Last year's tax overhaul made things a challenge.
Because last year was difficult with form changes and rule changes, and so this year should go a little smoother.
He says last year people missed new deductions, including child credits and small business expenses. Pakaskany hopes that this year everyone can take full advantage of their refund.
Either their software misses it or they miss it. They often don't think of smaller items that can add up over time.
No matter how you file, the message is still the same.
File your taxes. You never know what kind of return you'll be able to get.
To file for free through Community Action, you must make less than $56,000 per year. We've got their hours listed on our website.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, Superior plans to address a big need at the state's capital in February, how they hope the state helps with mental health treatment.
And later, the president unveils a peace plan for the Middle East, but it's instantly rejected by key players. We'll have the details.
High temp was 20 degrees today. That's where it's supposed to be. Well, we won't stay where we're supposed to be much longer. We'll go back towards the warm side. One more week of warm spells before a cold snap comes to hit and flurries in between. And we'll talk about it all coming up after our break.
I use Range Regional Airport when I travel for work. I fly from Hibbing because it saves me time.
The online calculator helps me plan my trip.
I love the easy check-in and fast baggage claims.
I like the free parking in car rentals.
Include Range Regional Airport next time you travel.
It's so easy, even a grown-up can do it.
At Papa Murphy's, it's time to saddle up, giddy up, and eat up. Because right now you can get a large cowboy pizza for just $10. Yee-haw! We make it, you bake it. Papa Murphy's.
Hi, John with Prime Appliance. The New Year clearance sale continues until February 15th. We've marked everything down again. The New Year is smelling sweet, just like your clothes should. After being washed and dried in this high-end LG laundry pair, save $1,000 now, just $19.99. Or this top-load Frigidaire set, just $10.99. Financing always available. Get it delivered and installed, or take it home today. Prime Appliance, it's the best place to buy your appliances, and we'll prove it to you again this year.
Vaping has been declared a national epidemic among youth. 1 in 3 high schoolers vape in northeastern Minnesota.
My child started having seizures from vaping. There's still so many unknown chemicals.
One vape cartridge has as much nicotine as at least 2 packs of cigarettes.
My child was hospitalized with severe lung injuries.
They said it was no big deal.
My child said it was no risk.
That it was under control.
That's what my child said. But what could I have said? Get the facts and talk to your child today.
At Holden Insurance, we insure our neighbors. We have agencies in Superior, Hayward, Spooner, Ashland, and Duluth. This helps us provide the best possible service to northwestern Wisconsin and northern Minnesota with our partner, Auto Owners Insurance. Protect what means most to you with Holden Insurance.
Buying a car is a big deal.
We get that.
At Waschke's, we're not here to sell you a vehicle. We're here to help you find your vehicle.
Trade up to a new vehicle during Waschke's Trade-In and Trade-Up event. We have over 300 vehicles to choose from. To keep up with demand, we're paying top dollar for your trade. Trade in, trade up, and save now at Ken Waschke Auto Plaza in Virginia or online at waschkevirginia.com.
Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
In the midst of a warm spell, every now and then you fall back to normal for at least a little while. Today's high temp was normal, and the morning low temperature, well, a little warmer than normal still, but not as warm as it has been for a little while. So the bottom line means here we had temperatures like 11 here in Hibbing this morning, 14 for Hayward, and maybe about as brisk tomorrow morning before the warm spell reasserts itself, and high temps could thunder back into the 30s by the weekend. But finally, our 7-day forecast holds an end to the warm spell, and perhaps by next Tuesday or so. Indeed, we'll have a cold snap come to call. Well, what's calling right now? Let's move on here and take a look at what's happening at the airport here in Duluth. And that is going to show us that, there we go. Current conditions at the airport, slowly but semi-surely say it's 19 with a calm wind in it. Our relative humidity reading of 81%. Barometric pressure is at 30.2, 1,023 millibars. Fairly steady since we last chatted around 6 o'clock. Now we move on and talk about the current temperatures, and we have upper teens in the Upper Peninsula, lower 20s for northwestern Wisconsin for the most part, though towards Solon Springs we have some upper teens there. 18 is what we have in Moose Lake, 17 Hibbing, Chisholm, 16 International Falls, and a hair cooler towards Grand Rapids at 14, and then 19 to 21 roughly for the North Shore. Low temps tonight do threaten to fall into the single digits for parts of the Mesabi Range and the Vermilion as well, though up towards International Falls it may get just a little bit warmer. So it's going to feel for another night maybe what January should really be like, again before that warm spell comes back to call and tries to stick around here. Okay, let's move on now again here to the next map and see what that is going to show us. It's going to show us the local radar screen, which does have a couple of flurries popping up. 60% chance you'll see some flurries in your part of the country here tonight, but they're on and off and spotty, so I don't think they're going to really add up to much of anything at all. The flurries, they come courtesy of a little bit of lake influence from this high pressure cell, spinning winds off the lake, and a couple of lows to the west, but very weak, slow moving lows. And so with a high that really doesn't want to clear up our sky, and with lows that don't want to really rush into our region, we've got that netherworld going on of a cloudier sky and really just light snow showers. And that could continue in an on and off fashion for a couple more days. Frankly, I don't think we're going to see any sun here in our area perhaps until Sunday. But then finally, if we get some peaks added in the afternoon, it'll seem rather pleasant because, again, from now until then, looks like we will be on the cloudier side. Forecast tonight. Tonight, it tells us low temps in Minnesota. Yeah, could get down towards 6 towards Ely, and maybe as warm as 13 on Park Point. 60% chance for the flurries, just in case your town hasn't been tickled by them yet. 60% flurry chance overnight, Wisconsin, Michigan, with lows from 11 to 13. Light and variable winds on that side of the border, so not overly windy, no. And then tomorrow, not overly warm, but still not cool either. 23 to 27, Wisconsin, with an overcast sky and another light and variable wind. Cloudy to overcast in Minnesota, too, with highs from 23 to 27. And now with the extended forecast, well, sound like Reagan again. We get a cloudier sky to stick around through Saturday. And finally, there's the peak of the sun on Sunday, the high of 36, which falls off rapidly to 15 by next Tuesday.
Thanks, Dave. Well, the 35th annual Superior Days is fast approaching.
Yeah, that's right. It's a grassroots lobbying effort that puts city, county, and business leaders from northwestern Wisconsin in front of lawmakers, hoping to bring back millions of dollars in state funding.
Yeah, CBS3's Caitlin Moffat reports mental health services will be top on their agenda in Madison.
Leaders from Superior and several northwest Wisconsin counties are looking to fill a void when it comes to Medicaid and mental health services. It's one of their biggest priorities during their upcoming trip to the state capitol for Superior Days.
The reason we don't have access to mental health facilities is because providers can't make enough money to keep them open.
Douglas County Health and Human Services officials say that's largely due to the Medicaid reimbursement rate differences between Wisconsin and Minnesota.
Medicaid rates for Wisconsin are roughly half that than Minnesota, which makes it very difficult to garner new services and maintain the ones that we do have.
Leaders hope to help the legislature understand the problem northwestern Wisconsin counties are facing and find ways to help bridge the gap.
If we could fight this crisis alone, we would do it. We're meeting a number of our challenges by ourselves up here, but we need Madison in this fight with us. We need them to help us combat one of the worst plagues we've seen in the history of our community.
Superior Days is set for February 11th and 12th.
Still to come on Live Local CBS3, President Trump rolls out a plan to solve the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Why it's being rejected after the break.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Toyota. New state-of-the-art dealership. Same President's Award-winning service. KohlerToyota.com.
Do you know what the U of M does for you? From farms to breweries and orchards to markets, discover how the University of Minnesota is cultivating a new crop of Minnesota businesses.
Aspen Dental. They asked me, what's wrong? I go, I had rotting teeth in my mouth. My fiance hadn't seen me smile in 10 years. I have a child on the way here in the next 5 months. I would like to be able to smile in his first picture when he's born. They said, we can do that. If I would have known that I was going to be 50 times happier with dentures, I would have fixed it before.
At Aspen Dental, we're all about yes. Like yes, dentures start at $3.99 per arch. And yes to a 90-day denture money-back guarantee. Don't wait. Book at aspendental.com or call today.
Imagine a place where fun is as pure as the driven snow, where you're never left out in the cold, and where winning at winter puts the icing on the lake. There's so much to do in this Minnesota land. We put it all in a scratch game you can hold in your hand.
So get out and play. We up to 100K. Get out and play. The Minnesota way.
Years fly by. Your retirement date keeps getting closer. Rather than spending another year worrying about retirement, get a second opinion on your financial strategy. Let us answer your questions and show you how tax reduction strategies can benefit your retirement. Go to MPPLFinancial.com to download our free tax reduction checklist. Then call MPPL Financial this week for a complimentary second opinion consultation. A second opinion could be your best 2020 financial investment.
I have 23 minutes to myself this week, and the $4.99 DQ chicken strip basket is the quality my meat time deserves. And by quality, I mean kicking back with a DQ classic all to myself. All white meat chicken strips, golden fries, Texas toast, and ranch. No distractions. Just a $4.99 DQ chicken strip basket, and me.
DQ. Happy tastes good.
Come on down and win at the Bear.
My 95.7 is the Northland's best variety all day. From Ed Sheeran and Maroon 5 to Lady Gaga and Bryan Adams. Always family and office friendly. My 95.7, your life, your music.
President Trump announced his plan to solve the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, calling it an obligation to humanity.
However, Palestinians have flatly rejected the plan. With the Israeli prime minister by his side, the president unveiled many terms favorable to Israel. The proposal would officially recognize Jewish settlements in the West Bank as part of Israel, something Palestinians have long opposed.
In exchange, the Palestinians would get their own state, but only if they meet certain conditions. President Trump unveiled the plan while his impeachment trial continues in the Senate. Ahead of the announcement, protesters in Gaza set fire to a photo of President Trump, with the Palestinian president calling the deal, quote, nonsense.
Kelly's here to talk about sports. Do you want to talk more about Timberwolves futility, or do you got something else on?
I want to move on to happier things.
Sounds
like
good.
High school hockey
All right.
up on the hill. Evelyn Gilbert in town to face the Marshall Hilltoppers. That and plenty more coming up next in sports.
Eye on Mining is brought to you by Iron Mining Association and Range Regional Airport.
Imagine building your Range Regional Airport without the mining industry. Now, imagine air travel without mining. We couldn't imagine that either. Welcome to Range Regional Airport, serving and supporting the Iron Range.
Dear Winter, it's been fun getting to know you. Sleet, blizzards, ice. I love that you don't hold back. We didn't take it personally when you tried to bury us under 6 feet of snow. It's cool. You do your thing, and we'll do ours. Stay chill. Toyota trucks.
Get $750 customer cash on a new 2020 Tacoma, or get $2,000 customer cash on a new 2020 Tundra. Find yours at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Here at Angie's Closet, we are a women's consignment boutique that carries a variety of women's clothing in all shapes, sizes, and styles that are friendly on your wallet. Come let Angie and her team style you from head to toe in an outfit that is just your style. We feature name brands like Calvin Klein, Kate Spade, J. Crew, and more. Come see why women from all over the country say this is the best consignment boutique they have ever shopped. Stop in today at Angie's Closet, located on Tower Avenue in Superior, Wisconsin.
You gotta feel it to believe it. Get Extreme Internet starting at $19.99 a month for 1 year.
with fantastic speeds from 60 meg up to 1 gig. Dynamic streaming video, so real you can feel it. Amplified in-home Wi-Fi and all the power you need to power it all. Get Extreme Internet starting at $19.99 a month for 1 year. Call 844-EXTREME2.
America isn't just sick of Donald Trump. America's getting sicker. There are 1 million more uninsured Americans every year under Trump, and he's repeatedly tried to repeal Obamacare. Mike Bloomberg will make sure everyone without health coverage can get it, and everyone who likes theirs keep it, while capping fees to lower costs. As mayor, he helped expand coverage to 700,000 more people and champion women's reproductive health. As president, he'll give access to everyone.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
When news happens, CBS3 is there. The smoke is still really heavy. You can smell it.
Tonight at 10, we'll be out here in the storm.
Anytime, day or night.
And while this is a very active scene, the public is being asked to stay away from the area.
Good afternoon, I'm Kristen Bakke. We're cutting in with a follow-up to some breaking news out of Cloquet this morning. CBS3 first got word of this fire and went to the scene at around 3:30.
For breaking stories that impact the Northland most, turn to CBS3.
Imagine building your Range Regional Airport without the mining industry. Now, imagine air travel without mining. We couldn't imagine that either. Welcome to Range Regional Airport, serving and supporting the Iron Range.
Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
Prep girls high school hockey tonight. Two teams that are pretty much right there with each other when it comes to records in high school hockey. Over at Mars Lakeview Arena, the Duluth Marshall Hilltoppers girls hosting Evelyn Gilbert. First period, seconds after puck drop, an opportunity for Kylie Baronzelli, the sophomore, gets on a breakaway and she is off to the races. Goes right side, flips it in. Golden Bears take an early 1-0 lead. Toppers with an answer with 5:12 left to go in the first. Victoria Thorson off the rebound slides one into the back of the net, and Marshall has this thing tied at 1 apiece, and that would be all she wrote in regulation. Setting this one into overtime, Duluth Marshall gets the go-ahead goal in extra time. They win 2-1 the final. Elsewhere, CEC picked up their 9th section win of the season over North Shore. And with 5 points on the night, Taylor Nelson officially becomes CEC's all-time points leader. She's tallied 200 in her career with the Jacks. Big, big congratulations to her. With just a few weeks remaining in the girls' high school basketball regular season, section matchups become that much more important. No bigger matchup in the section 777 AAA than the one we had tonight. Hibbing and Hermantown, the top two teams in the section QRF rankings. And what a start it was for the Blue Jackets. Courtney Manning knocks down a 3 early in this one. Then in the corner, Reese On, the freshman, connects from a distance. After that, JC Klotz. So, sorry, Kristen. Kristen told me not to pronounce it, and I messed up. An 11-2 run to open the game for Hibbing. Hermantown finally answers after being held without a field goal for a while. Ellie Schmitz finishing down low. Just before halftime, the Hawks finally get the offense going. Off a steal, Britta Birkland lays it home. Hermantown would overcome a 4-point halftime deficit to win it 37-36 the final. Kristen, how do I pronounce it? Claudio, I'm so sorry. Just a few steps away from Mars Lakeview Arena in the Marshall School Gym. Duluth Marshall hosting Greenway in girls basketball. First quarter, Toppers with a 6-point lead make it 8 points. Grace Kirk feeds it down low for Gianna Neepkins. Neepkins lays it in. Still in the first, Kirk with it again. This time she pulls up from behind the arc to drill the 3. Toppers now lead by double digits. And one more from Neepkins down low again. Marshall wins big in this one, 66-31, the final score. Fans showing love for Kobe Bryant at Pfizer Forum tonight prior to tonight's game between the Bucks and the Wizards. First period, quarter. Gosh, Bucks, Wesley Matthews finds their son Ilyasova down low for the layup. Bucks with their early lead. They'd start on a 10-1 run. Chris Middleton extends it with a 3. Oh, and another 3. Both with the assist from Eric Bledsoe. Dante DiVincenzo drives basket, scores on the reverse layup for the defender to make it a 20-point lead. Bucks score a first-half NBA record 88 points. They led by 25 at the half, and they'd go on to win by 20, 151-131 over the Wizards, the final. Meanwhile, it was nothing short of a collapse by the Minnesota Timberwolves last night. Sacramento ended up sending this one into overtime and winning 133-129. Here's an interesting and disturbing statistic. Since the 1996-1997 season, the first year of play-by-play data in the NBA teams entered yesterday 8,378 when trailing by more than 17 points in the final 3 minutes of the fourth quarter of overtime. Hey, at least the Wolves were breaking some sort of statistical records this season, and the Wolves will enter their next game this Saturday looking to break a 10-game losing streak. They'll have to do so, however, on the road facing an LA Clippers team that is second in the Western Conference, only behind the Los Angeles Lakers. Tip-off is at 2:30 p.m. on Saturday. That's going to do it for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health St. Mary's Medical Center. Proud to serve as the Northland's only adult Level 1 trauma center.
When other diets don't work, lose up to 1 pound of fat a day with Healthy Systems USA.
Gone from a size 18-20 to a size 12, just shy of a half a pound a day.
Order online or call us today.
This is the Chevy Silverado with the world's first invisible trailer.
Invisible trailer?
Hop in. Silverado offers an optional technology package with up to 15 different views, including one enhanced view that makes your trailer appear invisible. Wow, that's pretty sweet. Cool.
Where's the trailer though?
Or get a total value over $9,500 on this Silverado 1500 without optional tech package or enhanced invisible view. Plus, current GM owners get an additional $750 cash allowance.
Save on everything for your projects now at Menards. Right now, get free carpet pad after rebate with the purchase of any woven back carpet. Pick up Huntington plush carpet for just 59 cents per square foot. Get a remarkable paint at an incredible value with Pittsburgh Ultra Interior Paint. It's a paint and primer in one that provides a durable finish. Get a gallon of Ultra Flat Interior Paint for $15.97 after rebate. Right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Jake Zimmerman here from Discover Wisconsin. Join me and the rest of the DW crew every week on this station for all things Wisconsin. Find us on social media right now for gorgeous photos and great Wisconsin giveaways. Speaking of free stuff, did you know every month we give away an exciting vacation? This month, you can win a prize package to Norskadalen. Just visit discoverwisconsin.com for details.
Census taker. Good pay, flexible hours. Help shape your community's future. Be a census taker. Apply today.
When other diets don't work, lose up to 1 pound of fat a day with Healthy Systems USA.
I have used every single program there is in my lifetime. I would recommend Healthy Systems USA.
Order online or call us today.
Men's wardrobe provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men. Our buy one, get one for $1 suit and sport coat sale is now in progress. Hundreds of options. Mainstream, downtown Duluth.
This Sunday, the UW School of Veterinary Medicine is getting a shout out in prime time. The founder of the car accessories company WeatherTech is funding an ad during the Super Bowl showcasing the program. Last July, a weather technician's 7-year-old dog Scout collapsed at home. He was rushed to an animal hospital where he was diagnosed with a tumor on his heart. On recommendation, Scout was taken to UW Vet School Hospital where they were able to successfully shrink the tumor, and he looks very healthy. The owner says the excellent care Scout received pushed him to fund a Super Bowl ad that will shine a light on UW's Animal Hospital. Way to go.
Yeah,
It'll be fun to see that. Yeah.
All right, Dave, how long are the clouds going to keep hanging around?
Probably at least through Super Sunday, Tony.
Okay.
Well, no, actually, maybe they'll break just in time for the big game. I forget my own forecast at times. It'll be warm by our standards, 36 with partial sunshine. To get there, though, we have several more cloudy days and several more flurry chances. And then this warm spell, which some folks love and some folks hate, it goes away on Tuesday as temperatures tumble back to normal finally.
All right. Thanks, Dave. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you back here tomorrow.